Hey guys, it's Danya. Welcome to another episode of Kitchenrule at home. Today we're going to be talking about chili oil. This is oily and old, and I at one point in life, like many things I do, decide I want to start selling chili oil. I have all the jars. I have like 200 jars in my storage, and then I'm like, I don't feel like it anymore. So I'm like, I hype myself up, and then I realize what a hassle it's gonna be, and then I just like shut the whole project down. But I always have to buy something first. Like I went and bought all the jars, bought all the ingredients. Like I have like 10 kilos of dried chili. Then I decide afterwards that
60 liters of oil.
yeah, and I bought all the oils, and then I decide like, okay, no, I think I don't want to do it. So yeah, Basil's really patient with me when it comes to these things. God bless him. So today I'll teach you how to make chili oil. That way you don't have to buy it from me. Anyways, let's begin. So the thing is, anything can be chili oil. If you put a chili and olive oil, that's chili oil, right? Anything can be chili oil, but we're making more of an Asian version where there's going to be lots of spices and like aromatics that go in it. Also very customizable. I like to do cinnamon stick, bay leaf. These are green onions, garlic, ginger, sesame seeds, ground coriander, and then we finish it off with a splash of balsamic. So we're going to be heating up our vegetable oil on a medium-low heat. And while that's getting really nice and hot, we're going to be pouring our chili flakes. Another thing I wanted to mention, every brand of chili has a different spice level. This one is very mild, like it's a very medium, like you can put a lot of it and it won't kill you. If you want to go like into really spicy chili, you can go to these like Filipino or even these Indian supermarkets in Dauda or in Hamra, and they have their own dried chili, and that's killer. Like one drop and you're dead. Which I kind of like sometimes, but not always. Or you can just mix, like you can make your own chili blend. So we're gonna go chili, I'm eyeballing this, about also half a cup. And you have to make sure you're using a heat-proof bowl, otherwise it will crack. So this is just a ceramic bowl from our shop. Ceramic bowls mostly work, but don't use glass. I'm not confident with glass. And while this is heating up, we're gonna add a cinnamon stick. This one's quite big, and watch how it shimmers and releases all that cinnamon flavor. You saw your name. You're eating your name. And we're gonna go in with a bay leaf. And here I have my bowl with my chili flakes. I'm gonna add some ground coriander to that, about half a tablespoon. And once I pour the hot oil onto this, the coriander is gonna release all the flavors. So note to self, ground spices will not go in the hot oil because that will burn, but whole spices like bay leaves and cinnamon stick have no problem handling the heat of the oil. And we're gonna go in with sesame seeds. I don't toast these because when I pour the hot oil on them, like they kind of toast. And now, since the oil is getting really nice and hot and it's almost time to pour, I'm gonna put my ginger. The second I see browning on my ginger, I'm gonna turn off the heat. So green onions, Basil, be careful, this is dangerous because the green onion has moisture, so it might, I don't think I'm gonna go all. So anything that has moisture will cause the oil to bubble really strong. So you have to be super duper careful or else it will overflow. And that's happened to me. We're gonna go in with garlic as well. This is all optional, so everyone can customize the oil to their liking. You can put like thinly sliced onions. You can, it's really up to you. You can even put some coriander. That would be really yummy. Good indication that our oil is ready. I need another spoon because I don't want to burn this. Hold up. All right. So a good indication our oil is ready is when your garlic and your ginger start browning. So you see how there's color on our ginger. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat and let that settle for a bit. The residual heat is gonna like brown the garlic really nicely, and you don't want to burn the garlic. While we're waiting for the garlic to brown, Basil, can you get a close-up of how the garlic is starting to brown on the sides? And the heat is off, mind you, the heat is off. Okay, we're gonna be seasoning our beautiful chili, ground coriander, and sesame seeds. We're gonna go in, let's measure because this can get, maybe so much dropping. I would say like half a tablespoon because you do want it to be quite salty. And that's about it. You can add sugar, but I don't. Sometimes I do. It depends on my mood. Today I'm not going to. And right now, this is the fun part, but it's also the kind of dangerous part, is when we're going to be pouring all this beautiful oil into our chili mixture. So what you're gonna need is a strainer, because I don't want these little bits in my oil. Sometimes I like the crispy garlic in my oil, but today I'm not going to because why? I don't know. Okay, I'm just heating it up once more, turning off the heat. Guys, super duper dangerous. Please, if you're doing this at home, be really careful. And look how big the bowl is compared to how little my oil is, because I don't want to risk it overflowing. So we're gonna pour it through the strainer, and immediately you'll start seeing the garlic, not the garlic, the chili in the bottom. I don't know if it shows, Basil, but you can see it boiling, like sizzling. I'm gonna slowly be pouring this in again. All right, it smells really, really good in here. Okay, and this is our gorgeous chili oil. Look at that. It smells like heaven. And again, I want to remind you that this is very customizable. So you can add more flakes, you can add more sesame seeds, but this is what we're going with. And I'm kind of tempted to add all of these little bits. I'm gonna add just a bit.
No, don't.
Listen, this is beautiful stuff. The reason, I'm going to tell you why I didn't want to add it, because when the green onion is not properly crisped, this won't last as long because it has moisture, and anytime you have moisture, you're inviting fungus. But I'm going to be putting this in the fridge, so we're going to be fine. And then we're just going to finish off with a drop of, this is balsamic vinegar. You can use Chinese black vinegar if you have. It's really hard to find here. I would say that's about a teaspoon. Don't be tempted to do this and taste. Don't. You will burn yourself. I've done it before. Like, I was just about to do that, and I'm like, no, girl, don't. So I wish there was like smell-o-vision, but we're done. So, bonus recipe, since I haven't had lunch and I'm starving. Ah, this is hot. Hold up. Let me just clear my area. I'm gonna be making like a Turkish egg, where it's poached egg over labneh and then like hot. Usually they use like a paprika butter, but I'm gonna use my chili oil. So for poached egg, it's important you use a cold egg. I mean, based on my experience, a cold egg usually poaches really nicely. So that's what we're gonna do. And it's always better to crack the egg into a small bowl and then pour it in that way. Because if you crack it in there, you can't be as gentle as you should be. And if you get a shell, it's really hard to get out with your finger, so use the side of the eggshell. It usually comes right out like that. Anyways, here we have our simmering water. You're gonna add a drop of just basic white vinegar to that. And then using a spoon, you're gonna swirl, 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 make like a little tiny tornado. And then you're gonna drop your egg right in. And you're just gonna leave that for about maybe like 45 seconds. I like a runny yolk. I'm gonna eat my poached egg with some labneh. It's like a really nice dollop of labneh. Gonna create a really nice base for our egg. Let's take a look at our egg. Look how beautiful and together it is. We're gonna check on our little egg over here. I'm gonna like give it a little nudge and see. So the whites still feel a bit too soft, so I'm gonna leave it for a little bit. Maybe now about 10 more seconds. And then we'll be ready to serve. So we're gonna turn off the heat and using a strainer, gently remove our poached egg onto a tissue. If you have kitchen towels, use that so it doesn't stick. I don't have any more. We're gonna like pat it a bit dry before I put it on my laban, my lebne. How beautiful is this? Okay, place it nicely on your lebne. And since we have these beautiful little crispy garlic bits, it will be a shame not to add that on. And like your crispy green onion. So we're gonna obviously be serving with gorgeous bread. I wanna mix everything and make sure I get all, like, everything we added in there. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, a little bit more. And then we need some flaky sea salt. Always need flaky sea salt. Like that. Just go in with some of my green onion for freshness. Okay. You want? You want with eggy? You never want eggy. Okay, let's see. Let's see what our yolk. Look at that. Oh. Get some chili oil, get some yogurt. It's like the perfect balance of flavors because the yogurt offsets the spiciness. Look at it. It's just heavenly. Mine.
Say bye, Lucy.